reflection, in that order, are still the backbone of my methods. That said, we will be providing easily remembered, practical tips throughout this book and are adding an entire easy-to-reference section at the end of the book with step-by-step suggestions for very specific situations. We will also be including some amazing true success stories throughout the text, many of which I didn't have access to until my show became more popular. We receive literally thousands of letters each month, and the stories are truly amazing, reminding me to give thanks that our work is now accessible to so many more people. These letters were what inspired the promise of this book's subtitle, that you'll be able to use Cesar's Way to transform your dog and your life. In fact, many people who began using the power of calm-assertive energy to help have better relationships with their dogs are reporting that their human relationships with their kids, their bosses, and their spouses are becoming more manageable as well. The goal of this book is to help you strengthen the bond between you and your dog, but I hope it will also show you how closely linked humans and dogs are, and how much our dogs have to teach us all. The power of the pack idea doesn't just apply to dogs. It applies to another species of pack animals whose destinies have been intertwined with those of dogs for tens of thousands of years. That would be our very own species, Homo sapiens. After you read Be the Pack Leader, I sincerely hope you will feel more strongly the link between you and Mother Nature and learn to become more in tune with your instinctual self. My goal for you is that you use the power of calm-assertive energy to become the pack leader in every area of your life and open up to you a new dimension of living that you never before realized was possible. Now this is the law of the jungle, as old and as true as the sky, and the wolf that shall keep it may prosper, but the wolf that shall break it must die. As the creeper that girdles the tree trunk, the law runneth forward and back. For the strength of the pack is the wolf, and the strength of the wolf is the pack. Rudyard Kipling, The Law of the Jungle. Mirror, mirror, money will buy you a pretty good dog, but it won't buy the wag of his tail. Josh Billings. Koyaanisqatsi is a Hopi Indian term that roughly translates in English as life out of balance. I learned this from watching a 1982 documentary film directed by Godfrey Reggio, which shows, without commentary, a series of powerful images edited to the music of Philip Glass, reflecting the impact of humans and their technology on the planet. The subtext, of course, is that the rise of technology has knocked life on Earth off kilter. Don't worry, this isn't an environmental book. It's a book about the connection between dogs and people. But the term Koyaanisqatsi has a special resonance for me because, in a way, much of this book is about how we humans are living our lives out of balance. We are in the process of losing the instinctual sides of ourselves that make us animal first and human second. And instinct equals common sense. I believe a healthy human being must be balanced in 4 areas of his or her life. First, there is the intellectual area. This is the side of our natures that most Westerners have down pat. We are masters of reason and logic. In America especially, the lifestyle most people lead here is a very intellectual one. We communicate with one another almost exclusively through language. We send worded messages on the internet and on cell phones. We read. We watch television. We have lots of education and more information at our fingertips than ever before, which allows some of us to live almost 100% in our minds. We agonize about the past and fantasize about the future. All too often, we become so dependent on our intellectual sides that we forget that there is much, much more to this amazing world we live in. Next, there is the emotional side. Growing up in Mexico,